Hi, yogis. I'm happy to be here with you guys today, and I'm Rachel, for those of you that may have not taken a class with me yet. And today's class is going to be a 30-minute slow flow. We are going to be working toward a peak pose, and that peak pose for today is going to be frog. I know that's a favorite for for a lot of people, and I say that jokingly, but I know some people actually really do love it. I love it, so. We're going to work slowly toward it and warm ourselves up. Props, if you have them, a pillow or a bolster, just something that you can use to rest your chest onto when we get into our final peak pose. If you have blocks or something like blocks that you'd like to use, go ahead and grab those as well. And there is a playlist that will go that goes along with this, and you can go ahead and click that below if you're going to want to play that as you're moving through your practice. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come into child's pose to begin. And you'll just extend your arms either toward the top of your mat or let your hands relax next to your feet. And just begin to settle into this shape. Let your jaw relax. You can start to find a deeper breath here, letting it move into the back of your lungs, in and out of your throat. Let yourself fully settle into your space, wherever that is for you. Feel out your surroundings. Feel out your energy. Give it 2 more deep breaths here. And we'll go into 1 cleansing breath. On an inhale, begin to sip in. Hold it at the top of your breath when you get there. And then open your mouth to exhale, let it go. From here, we'll start to move forward into our tabletop pose, pressing down firmly into the palms, passing through a couple of cat-cows. Inhale to lower the belly and lift your chin. Exhale to round your spine. 1 more. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin. Exhale to round your spine. Go ahead and come back into a neutral spine, and you'll start to walk your hands forward toward the top of your mat. Melting your chest, melting your forehead. You can let your forehead land to a block or let your chest land to a block if you have it handy. Breathing into the broadening of the clavicle, the opening of the heart. Inhale. Exhale. And as you come into your next inhale, you're going to start to walk your hands in, come all the way up to your fingertips, and we're going to come into our angry cat. So rounding the spine, draw your chin toward your chest, breathing into the middle of your back, into your thoracic spine here. Feel the stretch through the back of your neck. Take 1 more. And you'll plant your palms, coming back towards your tabletop pose. From here, go ahead and pick up your left leg, your left knee, and we'll start to rotate into our left hip socket. So these circles can be as big or as small as you'd like. And just begin to move it in one direction. And then in the other. And you'll let your knee, your shin hover just above your mat from here. So you'll keep this lifted, and then you'll begin to draw your knee forward towards your shoulder, and then just take your left heel and tap your right heel with it. So keeping the hip open, exhale, pull your knee forward towards your shoulder. Exhale, take it back and tap. Pull it forward, exhale. Inhale, take it back and tap. See if you can distribute your weight a little further over towards your left hand so that your outer right hip can pull around and you're feeling work into your outer right hip as well. Exhale. Inhale. This time you're going to pull your knee forward, plug it into your shoulder, and then step your foot to the outside of your left hand. We're going to come into our twisting lizard. So you can start to spin your left toes out from here. Maybe both hands are grounded and you just hang on to this. If you want to add a lift with the left hand to the thigh, you can go there, twisting into your spine. If you like the variation where you bend your back knee and start to pull your heel in toward your bottom, you can go there. Maybe shutting down your eyes as you're landing. Maybe your ear drops to your shoulder, your right ear to your right shoulder. Give it another breath here. And then releasing your right foot. Let your left hand come back to the inside if it's not already there. Spin your left toes forward. The back toes will tuck, and we're going to come all the way to the back of our mat into Skandasana. So holding on to our Skandasana, you can start to draw the left toes in toward the shin, breathing to your inner left thigh here. Give it one more breath just like this. And you're going to come all the way to sit, lowering your bottom. You can catch onto your shin with your hand. I'm going to spin the other way just so you can see. So you can catch onto your shin with your hand and then begin to move into your lateral stretch here. Or you can plug your foot to the inside of your thigh. Whichever way feels better for you, whichever way gives you a little more space. And then we'll move into our lateral stretch. So reaching your left arm overhead as you breathe into the side body. Or excuse me, I said the left arm. Your right arm. Fill out the spaces between your ribs. And there's no need to actually reach your toes here. You want to keep your chest opening up to feel that space through the clavicle, through the front of the heart. Give it one more breath. And on an inhale, you're going to bring your way back up. Plant your right foot down if it's not already there, and you'll start to shift forward back to the right toes. So coming back into your Skandasana. From here, you're going to start to draw your left foot in to meet your right, and we're landing into our malasana pose. You can use your block to sit onto. You can also use your bolster if you need a little bit of added support here. Lifting tall through the spine. Give it a couple of breaths. You can drop ears to shoulders or chin to chest. Maybe even opening and closing your mouth a couple of times to breathe into the jaw. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering your hands to your mat. And begin to shift your weight back over into your right foot as your left leg extends forward back toward the top of your mat. Gazing forward, we're going to make a big transition here. So you'll bend into your left knee. We're going to walk the hands forward and start to move into our half moon pose. You can keep both hands down here for now as you're lifting and opening the right leg, the right hip, the right toes, feeling strong through your grounded foot. So pressing into all four corners, strong all the way up through your outer left hip. If you feel okay with it, maybe you start to lift the right arm toward the sky. See if you can lift your right heel a little higher here. Holding steady, soften your gaze, your face. Give it one more breath. And then inhaling here. As you exhale, you'll begin to bend your left knee. Your right foot will step back, and we're going to land right into our goddess pose. So let the weight of the hands drop towards your thighs. You can add a little bit of a sway from side to side. I'm going to spin towards you guys. And just let the weight of your upper body drop here so you can just relax into the shoulders. Give it one more breath where you're at. Good. And then you'll begin to lift up through the crown of the head. So start to find strength through your legs as you press into the knife edges, lifting up through the crown of the head, feeling really strong through your legs. You're going to take your left arm, bring it behind your back, and then take your right hand towards your right thigh. If it doesn't reach, that's okay. Maybe you're just tapping the fingertips towards your thigh. Maybe you even catch on to your left shoulder with your right hand. Just adding this little bit of a twist for a moment. I know this is a really strong pose for the legs. Remember, slow doesn't always mean easy. If you still have connection with your breath, then you're doing okay. So keep it flowing. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring it back to center. The arms are going to come up and overhead. Spin the toes in, the heels out. Lift your heart. Exhale to fold your way down and in. Relax the weight of your head as you move into your forward fold from here. You can shake your head yes and no. And then you'll begin to walk your hands forward like you're coming into a really wide-legged down dog. Just again, drop the weight of your head. Maybe as your fingers press down and in towards your mat, you can think about spreading the shoulder blades across your back here. Ground down into the finger pads to feel that opening. Good. Inhaling. The hands are going to start to walk their way back in. So they're right up underneath your shoulders. We're going to do another fun transition right here. So you're going to start to bring more weight into your left foot. Your right hand is going to support you as you lift your left arm up and away, and your right foot's going to slide forward. Once you're here, you'll just tap both toes toward the mat as we move into our Navasana pose. So you can catch underneath the thighs, find some length through your spine. And then maybe your shins, your calves begin to parallel themselves toward your mat. Maybe not. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe your fingertips start to reach forward, wherever you'd like your boat pose to go for today. Feeling some strength through your core here. Keep the softness in your face. You've got just 2 more breaths. Hold on to it. side. From right here, you're going to start to catch the knife edge of your left foot. The right leg will extend as you come all the way to your back, and we'll land into our half happy baby. Pause and breathe. Maybe you add some movement into your left leg, bending and straightening. You've got 2 more breaths here. Make them the biggest breaths that you've taken so far. And go ahead and hug your left knee in towards your chest, followed by your right. You can pull your forehead up and in towards your knees. And you'll catch underneath your thighs. You can rock and roll your way, or you can roll to the side and come up. We will all meet together in our tabletop pose. So landing into your tabletop. Once you're there, let's pass through another cat-cow. Lower the belly, lift the chin. Exhale to round your spine. One more time. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin. Exhale to round your spine. Coming into a neutral spine from here. And we're going to pick up the right knee and begin to rotate into your right hip socket. So let the circles be as big or as small as you'd like. Both directions. So go ahead and switch if you haven't already. And then you'll start to bring your shin, your knee, to hover just above your mat. Go ahead and extend it out to the side. You're going to pull your knee forward toward your tricep and then tap your heel to your heel. Exhale it forward. Inhale it back. And just like this. More weight pressing towards your right palm here so you can keep the weight even. And then think about your outer left hip. Pull it around. So keep your left leg strong here as you're moving. Exhale. Inhale. The next time your knee meets your shoulder or your tricep, go ahead and step the foot to the outside of your right hand. You'll spin your toes out, and we'll come into our twisting lizard. So both hands can stay down again if that's where you feel comfortable, or you can start to open the chest, bringing your right arm towards your thigh. Maybe you start to bend your back knee to find your foot. Always remembering that as you move into these poses that each side is going to be different. So keeping that in mind, keep the integrity of the pose based on what it is that your body needs in each moment. Maybe you drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Settle in. Can you be in this moment without worrying about anything else? The pose that comes next, what you have to do later on, just stay right here. Hold your breath. Give it one more. Release your foot if you have it. Both hands down, right toes spin forward. And let's find Skandasana over toward the back of your mat. Lifting your right toes from here. Pause as you breathe into your inner thigh. Feeling that stretch as your toes move toward your shin. And we'll begin to come all the way to sit. You can keep your foot grounded, catching onto your shin, or plugging your foot to the inside of your thigh as we begin to move into our lateral stretch on this side. So again, important to keep your chest opening up. So maybe you're just right here, lifting. If it's uncomfortable for you to gaze up, you can gaze forward or even down towards your mat. You've got another breath here. Breathe in. Breathe out. On an inhale, go ahead and bring your way up. We'll start to shift the weight back into the left foot. So if your foot isn't grounded, go ahead and ground it. Come back up. And you'll slide your right foot in as we come back toward our malasana. Maybe you're using your block again here. Give it one deep breath. And then we'll add in some movement. So from your malasana, you're going to begin to lift the hips, spin the toes forward, let your hands extend back. And then inhale forward, toes out, hands back to the heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Two more. Last one. Find malasana. You'll shift your weight over towards your left foot. Right leg extends forward. Here's our big transition, moving into our half moon pose. So bending into the right knee, hands shift forward. Maybe left hand stays down as you just work on opening up your left hip, or if you feel ready for it, left arm reaches. And a block is super helpful in this pose underneath your right hand. Just gives you that added lift so that you can really come into the pose and keep the opening through the front of the body. Maybe you're lifting your left leg a little higher here. Soften the toes, soften your face. And let's inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to bend into the right knee. The left leg comes back, landing right into your goddess pose. Drop the weight. You can let the shoulders drop in. Switching sides. Good. And you'll begin to lift up through the crown of the head as you sink into your goddess pose. And you're going to bring your right arm behind your back, and then the left arm will come over toward your right thigh. So breathing into the twist on this side, really strong through the legs. We're just here for a few breaths. Maybe you're catching the shoulder. One more. Inhale to straighten the legs. Spin the toes and the heels out. Reach through the arms. Exhale to fold your way down and in. If you'd like, you can add on a shoulder stretch this time and release the hands behind your back as you reach the knuckles forward. Maybe you're catching your big toes. You've got it. Take one more breath here. And you'll lower your hands to your mat. Halfway lift. So this is where we're going to make this transition into Navasana. Shifting your weight over towards your right foot. The left hand will support you as you pick your right hand up, and then the left foot will extend forward. And let's come back into our Navasana. However you'd like for this to look. Maybe this time you catch your big toes and you start to extend the legs straight. Maybe you start to extend them out. Just finding a little bit of balance here. Maybe not. Maybe your knees are still bent and you're just catching your toes here. Or maybe they're just hovering above your mat. You've got 3 more breaths. Good. From here, go ahead and bend your right knee if it's not already bent, catching the knife edge of your right foot. Come all the way to your back as we land into our half happy baby. Maybe open and close your mouth a couple of times, relaxing your jaw if you feel like you've gathered tension in that area during your goddess pose, which is completely understandable. Feel the relaxation through your shoulders. Maybe you're bending and straightening your right leg a couple of times. One more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hug your right knee into your chest, followed by your left. You can either roll to the side or once again catch underneath your thighs as you come all the way up. This is where we're going to come into our peak pose. So if you have a bolster, you can go ahead and grab that. Blocks are really helpful here as well. You can use the blocks, one underneath your belly and one underneath your forehead. You can also use a blanket if you have it handy, which I don't have. But a really nice way to come into this is to fold your mat over so that it has that added support for your knee, and then a blanket underneath your opposite knee, and you're going to let it slide out. I like to use the bolster, so I'm going to bring it underneath my chest and then start to lower into the pose. The further apart your feet are, the more you're going to feel this stretch as you come into it. And then the closer you move your bottom towards your heels, the deeper you're going to feel this as well. And then do your best to let everything relax down and in. So relax the weight through the upper body. We're going to try to hold this for 2 minutes. Of course, if you need to come out of it before that, please let yourself come out. Use your breath here. Let it be consistent and full and steady to support you as you're holding on. You can turn your head to one side or the other. Just make sure to turn it the other direction. And I'll let you know when to do that if you have your head turned. Go ahead and turn your head the other direction if you have it turned. Last few breaths here. So taking your time as you start to move out of this pose. The easiest way that I find to do it, and it'll be different for everybody, is slide my feet together first. Come up, take your time, nice and easy. And then once you are up, you have your mat rolled back out, or even if you don't, you can just land back into child's pose for a moment. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Good. And you can start to lift through the crown of the head. We're going to bring our feet out in front of us and come all the way onto your back. If you do have a bolster or a pillow and you want to use it as we move towards Shavasana, you can bring it up underneath your knees or maybe along the length of your spine. And go ahead and start to settle in for your Shavasana. If there's any last little movement or shape or pose that you would like to take here, of course, take it. And then begin to let everything go. Let your jaw relax. Let your eyes roll back. Maybe letting your head roll from side to side for a moment as you breathe into the back of the neck muscles. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Everything is softening. You are exactly where you need to be in this moment. And when you are ready, there's no rush. You can start to add movement back into your body, your fingers, your toes. Reaching your arms overhead, find a stretch. Breathe into your belly. Slowly roll to whichever side feels better for you, pausing in your fetal position. And taking your time as you press your way up, coming into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed for a moment as you let your hands fall into your lap. Feeling this shift that you have created. And we'll draw our hands together at our heart. Closing practice with the sound of Om. You can, of course, join in or allow for the sound to wash over you. Inhale. And I thank you for sharing your practice with me and for allowing for me to be your guide. Namaste.